Okay, so we want to do 11.1, number 3, which has these two geometric sequences. So now what's the confusing thing about number 3? There's a 3 that seems really freaking out of place in this thing, right?
Isn't it like if you add all of them together, does that mean
We definitely don't want to add them together
Definitely don't.
because that's a geometric series, not a geometric sequence. Okay, so I want to talk about geometric sequences here. And I'm supposed to identify, are these geometric sequences, right? But this 3 seems super out of place, right? You guys see that?
Well, it's not a 5.
Yeah. What they mean isn't 3 and then 125. They mean the number 3,125 here. How do you tell in the typesetting in the book?
There's space.
Yeah, because when they separate these, they have a comma space next item, comma space next item, and those first 2 commas don't have a space. Super confusing, right? So let's ditch the commas and then think about it. So now I'm wondering, what do I multiply by to get from here to there?
Wait, why can't you do it the other way? It's faster.
Okay, we can do it the other way, except the geometric sequences are read from left to right. So if I'm going the other way, what's the obvious?
5.
I'm multiplying by 5, right? So what's the opposite direction? Divide by 5. That's another inverse function, by the way. Multiply by 5 and divide by 5 are opposites, right? They undo one another. Okay, so if I was writing this in the way we learned the other day, what's my A and R? Where does this thing start? What's the R?
It started out 1.
No, it doesn't start at 1.
Oh, 0.
It starts at 3,125. And then the R value is,
5 divided by 5.
so I would like to say it's divide by 5, right? But the R is multiplied. So it's 1/5.
That's
You guys see that? All right, what's the difference between A and B?
And the negative.
Oh, negative.
B has negatives on every other thing, right?
Right.
So what's the A and what's the R? Starts in the same place, right? So A should be the same. But what's the negative doing with the R?
Negative.
Yeah, really, I'm just multiplying by negative with 5 here. You guys cool with that? So the most confusing part of that one is the frickin' commas that the book put in for some reason. Yeah, that took me a second too. Don't worry.
Why would they do that?
Square roots.
I don't know. It's even more confusing for poor Katerina over here, who thought that was 3 1/8.
What?
The Europeans use commas in place of what we use decimals for, right? So she read that as 3.125, which made even less sense, right?
Sorry.
So, welcome to America and our horrible numbering system. What's up?
When there's a square root in there, like on 7b,
Okay, so let's look at
do you
7b.
do it the same way or do you use this?
So, number 7b looks like 2 root 2's, 4 root 2's, 8 root 2's. Have I filled up more than the book had? A little bit. No worries. Okay, so theirs looks like this. All right, so I need to ask myself, what's the A and what's the R, right? So where did I start?
At 2.
Start at 2, right? And then I want to know, is this even a geometric sequence, right?
Right.
Okay, so I should ask myself, are they multiplying by the same thing between every step?
Yes.
So what did they multiply by to get from 2 to 2 root 2's? Square root of 2. You guys see that? If I multiply by the square root of 2, I get to 2 root 2's. If I multiply that by the square root of 2, I get to 2 root 2 root 2, just 2 times 2, right? So I go to 2 root 2 root 2. And then this is 2 root 2 squared. So that's 2 times 2, that's 4. You see that?
Oh, because they're using the root 2.
Yeah, so we're saying, all right, this is multiply by root 2. This next step, that's multiply by root 2. Is that step? That one hit.
Multiply or divide.
No, it's always multiply. Yeah, here we were dividing, but when we wrote our r down, we said it was multiply. The r is always multiplied. So really, I want to think here. I want to think this is multiply by a fifth. Right, because my r step has to be a multiply. So here I was multiplying by what? R was root 2. Cool?